It's like you're bouncing around at a club, titch jiggling, circle jerking your friends, acting like you won the Powerball. It's like you haven't accomplished shit. You know, people hit me up and they go, Vince, everything's gay to you, Vince. There's nothing I can do anymore. What's not gay? And I'm like, it's not hard to not be gay. And I actually created a smoking addiction, not because I enjoyed it, but because I wanted to prove to myself that I could start an addiction, then quit because I'm not gay.
Brother, I smash you. I smash brother.
So how well did you do in school? I mean, listen, freshman year, I had straight A's effortlessly. And then after that, I started not doing my homework, failed all my classes and dropped out. And it's not because I couldn't have done it. It's because school is gay. You're not self-improving. You're not ambitious. You're not starting a business. You're fucking sitting in your room jacking off all day. I'd be depressed if I lived that life too. You know, all you do when you have straight A's is they look at you and they go, oh, he's a good little submissive bitch. He'll sit there and do whatever I tell him. Do you need a pad, nigga? Do you need your tampon changed? I'm starting to get worried because you're acting like a fucking bitch.
Well, guys, it looks like that we are, of course, back here yet again with the man who is obsessed and loves pubes like no other in the alpha male universe. And he loved them to such an extent that he needed to cover his head with a greasy bush, the one and only pubinator himself, Vincent Fischer. And it has been quite some time since the last time we covered this clown, mainly because he had been doing a lot of his usual bullshit for a couple weeks there, where he was just spamming the everything and anything is gay strat, mainly due to the fact that it was the only thing he could do at this point, considering that John Bravo had completely destroyed his ego and exposed him for just being a broke liar who was basically just trying to rent and flex everything he rented. But it seems that him just calling things gay wasn't getting him too many people signing up with his courses and wasn't working out too good. So he had finally started mixing it up a little bit again and actually ended up releasing some pretty goofy and new news. And you see, in the last couple of weeks, when the pubester here hasn't been posting goofy AI shit like this right here to try and get attention somehow, he also ended up making the announcement that he was going to be having a child. And I gotta say, this has to be one of the most tragic stories in the AMU, because some poor little kid is gonna have this goober as his father. And naturally, after this announcement, it gave him an enormous ego boost. And he ended up making this video right here, where you can already tell that this kid is just cooked before it even starts.
Vince, boy or girl, we have yet to find out. I have a feeling it's gonna be a girl, but if it's a boy, oh boy. You know, as soon as he gets out that womb, I'm gonna have the laptop ready and we're straight to work. The nurse is like, you need to let him rest. You need to cut the umbilical cord. I'm gonna be like, is that what you do with average babies? Okay, because I'm not raising anything average. I'm breeding greatness, nigga. Success. Okay, and that SVJ is not gonna get itself.
So as you can tell, he's gonna have this poor little guy renting out Lambos and getting them repoed, just like his father, before he's even turning 20. And we're gonna have a miniature little Vincent Fischer who could possibly be running around and just grifting and saying and doing anything for attention as he lives a completely fake life. And as I said, good old Pubes Watson here really got an ego boost from this whole little news and announcement. And he also started trying to step it up again with his grifting and started trying to take it the extra mile, because obviously he's gonna need some money. And as we all know, he's already struggling in that field, considering that his cars are getting repossessed left and right. And in his pursuit of trying to, grift his way to success, he really started to get on one and has gone back to basically talking a whole lot of crazy bullshit, and started it all off by basically trying to pretend like he's this rich conqueror who's just conquering life again. And it seems the damage that has been done has been repaired in his mind, and the clown makeup and act has really started to be put back on.
But how long does it take to achieve financial stability? Financial stability is making more money than you spend every single month. But once you get there, it gets a little bit boring. And then you go, maybe I don't want stability, maybe I want to fucking conquer. Maybe I see the guys with nice things, nice cars, yachts, jets, and maybe I go, if this pussy has it, then I should have that shit too. You think Genghis Khan, you think Marcus Aurelius when they're conquering nations? When I just want stability. No, they wanted to fucking conquer. They wanted something to live for. Something to chase after. That's the fruit of life as a man. So if you walk into entrepreneurship with this mentality of I just want to be gay and I want to have just enough to get by, you're going to get f***ed. You may survive as a small fish, but don't you want to be a f***ing whale?
And yeah, the only person who was conquering in this clown situation is his barber at this point, because he convinced him that this stupid shit somehow looked good. And naturally, this was just the beginning of this clown's cockiness after finding out that he apparently is going to be a father and that he needs to start stepping it the hell up. Because along with this, he started answering a lot of his usual Q&A questions. And some of them were asking some pretty wild questions, like why they just shouldn't end it, or asking some genuine questions, like what the lowest point in his life was. And his ego was soaring to such new heights that he gave the most douchey answers that he possibly could.
So why shouldn't I end it? I want you to picture this. Okay, let's say we swapped lives and I was you. I would be f***ing relieved. I'd be like, this pussy was about to f***ing kill himself over f***ing 3K rent and 10K debt. What a f***ing bitch. Holy shit, if you lived my life, you'd have a good time for a few months. Then you'd f***ing crumble. Your girl would look at you and go, he's just not the same. He's a pussy now. Your life would fall apart. You just f***ing collapse. It doesn't get easier, nigga. You just get stronger. So what was the lowest point in your life? I mean, that's actually a great question, because on social media, you see the highlights, you see the penthouses, the cars, the status, but people don't talk about the downs, okay? And people don't talk about the behind the scenes. So for me, the lowest point of my life has honestly been, and I can't believe I'm mentioning this, but the lowest point of my life was when I came out the womb, nigga. It's been up ever since.
And yeah, his only response was to basically just self-glaze and to verbally suck his own cock, as he tries to pretend like his life is so hard, when in reality, all he does is sit around on the internet, grift all day, and pretend like he's rich, instead of actually working a job and actually making money. He just tries to take it from other people by convincing them that they can also rent out Lambos. And the delusional cockiness then continued to go on as he answered more and more questions as the days went by. And we even had him answering questions like how much money you should be making when you're 12. And he was obviously just giving some of the most delusional bullshit answers that he possibly could.
So Vince, how much did you have at 12, bro? 100K. I've been telling you guys this. 100,000 is the benchmark if you're 12 years old. What is that, less than 10K a year? That's less than minimum wage. By the time I was 8 years old, I was door to door selling shit, rubber band bracelets, lemonade, anything you could name, I was selling it. You know, I even had a little team. I'd have my cousin do the sales for me. I'd get a percentage. It was just, this is what we did. You're either born a hustler or you're not.
And yeah, at first, I thought this was just some clear and utter rage bait, and he was just making shit up like he normally does. But I think that this clown actually somewhat believes this, because after this, he then posted pictures where he was claiming that when he was 7 years old, he was selling shit door to door and wasn't coming home till he at least put $100 into his piggy bank on a bad day. And he actually posted pictures to prove this, and then somehow gave himself an ego high where he went on a little rant about how he really is a hustler and about how he did all this shit, and it's just so damn ridiculous.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, looking at those photos made me realize that's really over a decade of hustle. Since I was 7, 8 years old, I was door to door selling shit to my neighbors. And people quit after 2 fucking months. They go, yeah, this is hard. I don't want to do this anymore. Just log out. You're not fucking built for this game. I didn't start making any real money until 2-3 years ago, maybe. You take every other year before that, the 9 to 10 years of just trying shit and failing and getting back up. And people say, Vince, why didn't you quit? I'm unlike any of these soft ass niggas. I couldn't accept being average. A lot of you guys are okay with that. So you default to mediocrity.
And yeah, as you can clearly tell, even he is buying his own horse shit at this point and has just completely become delusional, where he thinks he's a hustler when the only thing he's trying to hustle is other people by selling them a lie. And I just can't believe that having a kid and reproducing is what made him this level of cocky and is what helped him recover from just getting absolutely gadooshed and exposed for basically getting his shit repoed. And naturally, that ended up coming up in his Q&As. face and he had to respond to it, where you could just tell he was saltier than shit. And he naturally went on a few different tangents about it.
You know, Vince, did you hear this dude said this and that dude said that? What do you think, Vince? I mean, this is a very difficult question for me because I've had hundreds of men make videos about the name Vincent Fischer for years, none of whose name I know. And I want to ask you a genuine question. If I was skinny, if I was unimportant, and I didn't live a relatively nice life, would anyone have anything to say at all? Or would I just be a side character? But it's funny because there's this thing that side characters do to have an illusion of importance, and it's not actually accomplishing anything. It's not inspiring or changing lives. It's piggybacking off of important men. So I want to ask you a question. Do you want to be the one that's a side character, hating and talking? Or do you want to be the main character that's hated on and talked about? So why are people so soft and offended nowadays? There's two types of people in the world. There's winners and there's pussies. Okay, a pussy will see somebody killing it, more successful than them, and they'll try to drag them down and they'll hate because deep down they don't have self-belief and they don't think they can do the same thing. Okay, a winner on the flip side knows that they're capable of anything, and when they see somebody absolutely crushing it, all they see is a reflection of what they can achieve. So they go, damn, that guy's killing it, I'm gonna get like him. Okay, so it depends on which route you want to take. Be careful because the most common route is being a pussy. A lot of people are soft. Okay, so you want to conform or you want to win?
And yeah, of course, instead of trying to, address the claims or make any type of argument about how they could possibly be false, he just talks around the point and tries to discredit everybody who's called him out for basically looking like a scamming fuck. And he even tries to pretend like he doesn't know any of their names when he himself has responded to John Bravo, who is the person who's been bringing a lot of the evidence to light and who was the one who destroyed his ego the most before it got repaired by having a child. And as I said, paired with all of this shit, he has been really trying to get people to sign up with his courses again and has been really trying to get every penny that he can. And a lot of these questions, of course, were setups into him trying to get people to sign up with him and were him trying to rage bait people into paying him money.
Vince, sales is hard. Vince, they told me no. Vince, they cussed me out and hung up on me. Yeah, go get a job at Wendy's. You want good leads? You want people that want to buy? Get behind that fucking counter and start taking orders, nigga. The fuck else are you gonna do besides sales? Nigga, life is sales. The bitch you want is sales. The money you want is sales. The ideas you have, you need to sell other people on. For you to be sitting here fucking crying and complaining about being told no, it's like, get to fucking work, man. Well, Vince, I'm just scared to take the risk. It's like, nigga, you should be scared of being broke. How the fuck do you have $1 million dreams with a fucking $10,000 risk tolerance? You're sitting there telling your mom, your dad, your friends, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. Oh, well, I'm scared. Nigga, you ain't fucking built for this shit. Okay, because if you were, you'd be fucking scared of where you're at right now. At the same bumfuck job, physically performing for somebody else. That's what you should be scared of.
And of course, with him just grifting his ass off now to the fullest extent, he even had people asking why he would even sell courses if he is apparently so rich, which is a pretty good question, especially when you're looking at the prices that he is selling a lot of these courses actually for, where it is clearly just overpriced as a motherfucker. And if he is so rich, this shouldn't even be a thing that he needs to do. And he should have, his other ways of actually making money, but apparently these courses just take priority over everything else. And he of course had to answer it, where he just talked around the point again. And he even then used it to try to snowball into selling this guy into joining his courses. So even when he's getting called out for the grift, he's just using it to find a way to grift further. So you can tell that this baby really has him in that money-making mood.
You know, Vince, if you really earn so much, why do you sell what you know? Because it makes me more money, nigga. The fuck type of question is that? Why does college charge you? Because they make money. It's how the world works. They have professors to pay, marketing to pay. I'm the same exact way. This question's always stupid because if you had a skill that could make you six figures, why the fuck would you not want to make millions more teaching it? Duh. It's just, I'm not going to sit here and fucking act. And a lot of what I do is coaching. So I jump on meetings with people for hours and hours. You think I want to do that for fucking free? Fuck no. Well, Vince, you should charge a percentage of what they make. Most niggas don't do shit. And I'm going to get my upfront fee or a buy now, pay later at least, because there's no way to guarantee that I don't spend hours with you and you fuck off. Okay, the money is the entry fee that you're going to take this shit serious. That's it. Boys, with that being said, over these past 3 days, we've had 3 different 6-figure testimonials of people killing it with their online coaching businesses with what I taught them, which hint, hint, they fucking paid for. Okay, Omar made over $130,000 with his online coaching business. Ulysses, over $200,000, and Aways literally just bought a McLaren Spider, cash, with his online coaching earnings. Now, all these people paid me 5 figures, and all these people I dumped hours of time, energy, and resource into so they could get these results. But I'm not gonna charge you 5 figures. I'm actually gonna give you a way in that's much more affordable and hell, even free. Guys, I put together a 30-minute training that's gonna break down how you can make your first $10,000 a month as an online coach in the next 30 days without having a big following or any certifications. So if you're serious, not curious about learning a skill that'll allow you to escape the 9-to-5 and create financial freedom, tap the link on the screen and I'll see you inside.
And as we've seen before, this little free training that is supposed to make you your first 10K is literally just him sitting there and glazing about all the cars he's rented and about renting his penthouse. And he doesn't teach a single fucking thing. And on top of this, his whole entire point of selling courses is because he tries to claim that, you know, professors charge you to actually go to their class and all. But unlike a professor, this goober has absolutely nothing at all behind his name. And the only thing he has is posting these little testimonials right here, which don't even show any proof, but instead just shows some random DM or some bullshit picture where he tries to claim that he made these people all of this money. But I guess the grift just isn't going to stop with this guy, and he's just going to keep ramping it up now that he has a baby on the way. And it seems like he is not going to be stopping anytime soon as he tries to recover after just getting absolutely exposed. But with that said, if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and a like and join the Saints Mafia, where we are flaming all of these fake wannabe tough guys. And I'm out, watching Pubes Watson continue to do whatever he can to make a little bit of money. And peace.
So me and my boy are 33 years old and have yet to achieve our dream car. Is that gay? Absolutely. What do you want me to do? Sit here and fucking lie to you? If you would have said 22, I'd be like, okay. You know, 25, I'd be like, 27, I'd be like, all right, pal. But 33 years old, you've just been fucking around and jacking off, haven't you? I need you to look yourselves in the mirror and go, what the fuck have we been doing with our time?